the DR-Z4S, why I'm thankful for it, and why I think it's going to be a hit despite what others may think, depending on one obvious factor. As many of you may know, I'm a huge DR-Z400 fan. I've owned many different bikes, but my two favorite bikes I've owned were my DR-Z400 and WR250R. That's why I now own another DR-Z400. Now, me being a fan of the bike is not the only reason I'm excited for it. Y'all may remember my primary reason for moving to the WR250R from the DR-Z was because I wanted the EFI for cold weather riding. I know it's anecdotal, but my experience with my old DR-Z left me hating carburetors. Despite what people say about being able to fix a carb on the side of the road, I needed an actual part to fix it, so I was left stranded when it failed me. The fact that I couldn't touch the throttle for 5 to 10 minutes while warming it up in the winter, and the motor flooding out when it was dropped on its side was also huge negatives to me as well. In 5 years of owning my WR250R though, I never had a single fueling issue with it, and I abused that bike a lot more. Obviously the main reason I'm excited for it is because of the EFI, but also I love how it looks as well. It's sleek and looks modernized, and the off-road version finally got inverted forks. But you'll hear a lot of people online complaining about it, so let's gloss over the two main gripes with this new model. First off, it's heavier. And many people are outraged by this, but I'm not exactly sure what people are expecting to happen when you add an ABS module and a catalytic converter to a machine. It's roughly 15 pounds heavier, but this will be easily remedied with the aftermarket. Depending on how the new chassis carries the bike's weight, you may not feel it at all while riding, and it may even feel better. Regardless, I'm 6'8", 270 pounds, so it's not a big concern to me anyways. Secondly, they didn't add a sixth gear, and while that is a minus to me as well, it's not a deal breaker, and they did do something that looks pretty enticing. Here, take a look at the exploded view of the engine. Everything that is highlighted in yellow has been changed from the previous motor, so you can see that it has a whole new head, stator, cases, and, would you look at that, 5 new transmission cogs with a new output shaft. So as you can see, the transmission gearing has been changed, meaning the shitty old gear spacing on the old DR-Z may have been fixed. You can see that some parts are still the same though, like the jug, connecting rod, crankshaft, starter gear, and timing chain, meaning the bomb-proof old platform still bleeds through in some aspects. So with that being said, they're right that it doesn't have 6 speeds, but the transmission has been modified, so they very well may have fixed what is the worst part about the old DR-Z400. So if they fix the transmission gear spacing and keep the price the same or roughly the same like Kawasaki did with the new redesigned KLR 650, they could very well have a huge hit on their hands. Otherwise, if the bike is priced higher, there's no sense in buying it like something over a CRF 450RL, which I've also owned as well. Thanks for watching everybody, peace.